All right. And we are live here on twitch.tv/Perry Von Vicious. Welcome, everybody. If you're watching after the fact over on YouTube, if you've pulled this video up, go ahead and like, share, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. All that fun stuff. Today we are playing some BeamNG. And boy, I'm psyched. I haven't broken this out in a little while, and excited to hop back in. For those that do know, and I think most of you do, I am the human monster truck Perry Von Vicious, professional wrestler and monster truck enthusiast, I suppose one might say. And we're going to be playing with some of the modded up monster trucks for this game, made by the community out there. Some are made by the folks at beam-monsters.com, and others are made by the folks at beam-motorsports.com. Those are the more old school trucks. And it's always a little tough for me to pick what sort of like level I wanna fuss around with. They're all pretty fun. There's really no wrong answers. Uh, as such, there are no real wrong answers on what truck to play with. You can play with monster trucks from any era, going all the way back to the original, the Golden Age, in the early mid '80s, the early mid '90s when you had the Penda Points series and the TNT Motorsports era at the late '80s, early '90s, all the way through to modern Monster Jam in the 2020s. All the trucks are super fun to play in this game. Of course, different ones have different limitations. That's probably no surprise to anybody. But that's kind of part of the fun. Oh, it's taken forever to load, but that's okay. That'll happen. Yeah, been a busy couple weeks. I've been doing a lot of work over on the Pro Wrestling Grind YouTube channel. For those who don't know, I am the Grind Grand Champion at Pro Wrestling Grind, and helping my dear friends who run the company get some things together behind the scenes, working on their YouTube, working on their graphics, really trying to get things rolling. Whoa, lots of errors popping up. Not ideal. Hey, look at that. It didn't matter. It all came together. All right. But yeah, go check out Pro Wrestling Grind. Just dropped it into the chat there. All right. Let's swap camera views here. All right, we're gonna see. Is it, no, it's only cameras now. So I want to swap vehicles. We're gonna pull up one of our monster truck mods here, and you can see there's all kinds of different ones here. I think just to get us rolling here, we're gonna roll into the CRDs. This is the most modern of the monster trucks. Hey, Rye, welcome. Hey, Mr. Man, welcome on in. Happy to see some folks rolling in. And let's see here. I think I'm gonna kick things off. I like some of the ones where they're made to look like the older trucks, but it's just a modern version. So let's see. I know there's some further down here. There was the Medusa, Maniac, Max D is always fun, but not on this chassis. Inaccurate to have a Max D on a CRD chassis. Really not correct. Rye says I really need to reinstall this. It never fails to be fun, and there's so many neat mods. It's like a new game every time you start it up. If once you go hunting around for mods online, it's an unending way to refresh the game. It's so fun. All right, let's break out one of the no problems. Let's go with 92 no problem. This would have been, it's not a more modern chassis, but you'll get the idea. This is sort of meant to look like the Penda Points series era no problem. Yeah, I need to open this game up more often. You can tell when I haven't had it up for a bit because it takes a little while to fire up and get running. All right. But we're off. Now I'm breaking this out to get myself hyped because Wednesday is when we do our just chatting and IRL streams here on the channel. It's often workshop Wednesday. Sometimes we're doing some work in Tinkercad designing toys. This week, however, it's going to be a little bit of a way back Wednesday. We're gonna turn on some classic monster trucks from the 80s and 90s, and we're gonna veg like I did when I was a little kid. We're gonna spend the evening the way a young Perry spent many a Saturday and Sunday morning watching monster trucks on television. I got a bunch of good ones I found on YouTube, got them all queued up and ready to go. Found some small, often forgotten segments isolated to themselves that are I think real treats to watch, and not just for me, not just for the throwback value, but there's some campy, weird, goofy stuff from those old monster truck shows that I can't wait to get into. All right, let's see. Rye says, I once spent hours during an extra life marathon just running different vehicles over the big test course maps to see which ones could make it the furthest over the bumps area. It's incredible. I feel like this game's I mean, it belittles what the game is capable of, but some of the most fun stuff to do in this game, I think you could really describe as like brain rot before brain rot was a term, you know? Like there's just something about smashing a vehicle over and over again on a road that could never exist with no real goal, right? Like it's you're not sitting there going like, "Oh, I really want to try to get ahead of this guy," or "Oh, I need to hit some high score." It's like, no, I just like watching the thing go. Yeah, silly physics games. When me and Herobotic talk about the game I think it was called Pain or something like that that was on the PS2, PS3, PS3 I guess it would have been. Um that was just a silly physics game. You basically just flung a guy and watched him fall and crash and smash through and into things. And it was just it's the dumbest concept for a game, but it was so much fun. Hey, Mr. Man says, "Oh yeah, I love making cars in automation, then importing them into Beam just to run them into the jumps and test area 400 miles per hour." Honestly, the making stuff is the one thing I've yet to bother learning in this game, and someday I really should. Like I absolutely should figure out like, oh, how do I make my own designs? Like even if it's just courses, like I feel like I should be making custom monster truck courses, but I've done none of that. See if I can knock the stack over here. No, no, just bounced off of it. Oh, now I'm stuck. But yeah, I'm playing the game here to get hyped up for watching some old monster trucks on Wednesday. I hope everyone will come hang out on that stream. That'll be a really fun one where I'm not really having to control anything, so I'll be able to chat a lot more. But I've got a few different things pulled up for that, ready to go. Stuff from the early '80s, the earliest of monster trucks, really, all the way through to and hitting all the eras in between, all the way through to like the mid '90s or so. It's really the era that I like watched the most when I really truly was like into it. Everyone has like that thing when they're a kid that's like their one kind of obsessive thing. For me, that's what it was. Yeah, I have the same problem, Mr. Man. I need to get Wreckfest too. I think my computer will handle it okay, but Wreckfest has always been a little difficult. I know there's like settings I can go in and fix that'll make it run a little more smoothly, but like even the older Wreckfest now was a little bit tough on me. And again, that may be on me. I may have just not taken the time to really zero in on the settings. because I know that my computer runs virtually everything else just fine. Yeah, basically every time that my computer has had trouble running anything, I've discovered it's because I didn't put in the necessary work to fix the settings. Okay, yeah. So it is kind of just I mean, the fact that they'll have like, 20 cars active with all of the I mean, the levels are incredibly detailed, the vehicles are detailed, the physics on all of them has to be happening. It's a lot. I mean, it's sort of it's not quite to that level, but it's almost rendering a Pixar movie in real time, you know? And hey, Bobby Gilbert, how we doing, buddy? Good to see you. Bobby Gilbert, you'll be excited to know. I was just hyping it up, but I know you're one of my monster truck dorks. I say that lovingly because aren't we all? But Wednesday, we will be doing some retro monster truck watch-alongs. I got episodes from TV, I got longer specials pulled up, I got little segments from things. I've made a playlist that I am psyched to sit down and watch. We'll be hearing the voices of Army Armstrong and all the greats. We'll be watching every retro monster truck you can imagine. I tried to get shows with really good varied lineups, so really looking forward to our first monster truck watch along. I think it's going to become a regular thing, and especially with the holiday season coming up, I think we could definitely make some time for it there to hit a few more. Yeah, it's interesting that they released Wreckfest 2, but it doesn't really seem like it's done. Like it's a weird it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out. All right. I do think that we have about exhausted this level. That's right, Wednesday Night Monster Trucks. It's a beta version. Yeah, I mean that's fair. We have kind of exhausted that level. So we're gonna head somewhere else. And I kind of think I want to go like maybe not to a monster truck specific level. Like the insane testing is fun, but I think we've done a fair bit there before. Mega Ramp and Neon Parkour tend to crash the computer, and also the monster trucks don't really fit on the Neon Parkour track. um, I mean, we could zoom around the motorsports playground a bit. Or we could just hop into one of the cities and just cruise around. We can, you know what? Let's try Mega Ramp. Let's try it. Let's just see what happens. Worst case scenario, I got to relaunch the game. I don't think that's so bad. Ooh, we got to pick which one we start at. I think. Oh boy, these are tough calls. I'm gonna say we start at number 4. Start at number 4, and then we got to pick a monster truck to torture. I'm also not good at spawning and selecting spawn locations, so like once I crash the first one, we might be out of luck on that level. Like that might be it. All right, let's find a vehicle. What do we think? We think an old school truck. We think an modern truck. Bobby says the PVV monster truck. He wants to see my truck get wrecked. I see how it is. All right, let's see. There we go. Vicious. We're taking requests from the chat here. We're on the mega ramp. We got the PVV monster truck. All right. Ooh, Kind of want to just get a look around for a sec before we wreck the thing. Okay, well, I guess here goes something, everybody. Let's see some emotes or some cheers in the chat because this is about to be a little crazy. Why am I upside down? The flag just got ripped off by the wind. Oh no, the tires just shredded themselves. Never made it off the end of the ramp. Never made it off the end of the ramp. Okay, hang on. Let's see. And I have my doubts. Let's see if we can get back up. I have my doubts. It's a great hill climb experiment. Um, oh no! Oh no! Oh no! There's no way it goes off the end, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can fast travel in the menu. I just don't know how. Talk me through it. Talk me through it. You're in the chat. Tell me what's up. Pretty sure it's on map. Is this my fast travel? Free roam activities. There's my spots. I want to go to there. Quick travel. Oh my gosh, did I just figure out how to do it after all this time? Heck yeah, let's go. R1. Okay, next time. Okay, let's see if we can get off the end of the ramp this time without the tires blowing up on us. I think I got way too far off to one side and it was nicking the edge of the ramp that did it. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, come on. Steer lightly. Uh-oh, uh-oh. No, no, I did it again. Goodness gracious. Well, we're gonna try it again. If that doesn't work, we're gonna switch to a different truck. See if that does the trick. We can do this. Our R1 was just to change the menu. Okay, got it. Okay, I'm just gonna ease on the brakes here as we come up to the edge because I don't want to get all that bouncing we did last time. Want a nice smooth ride here. Okay. Still a little bouncy, but that's to be expected. Okay, here we go. Got to keep it way toward the middle. Oh no, oh no, come on, stay on, stay on. There we go. Uh-oh. Oof. Hey, that held together better than I would have thought. Look at that. Right through that tree. Whoa. We got to try some of these other ramps. Free bird plays in the background. Yeah. Well, let's oh, there goes the back bed of the truck just zipping on by. I wonder. Yeah, there's nothing left of the tires. I think they all shredded. Oh, nice scenery though. It's pretty out. All right, let's pick one of these other ones. Let's try. Oh man, these things are gnarly. Okay, let's try like this one. Okay, it's got a sharp drop off here. All right, here we go. Here we go. Okay, we're at 130 miles an hour, give or take, 140, rising quick. Oh, and everything just cut out and we just teetered off the edge. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Hey, I would have thought it. Look at that. I can still kind of accelerate a little. Look. Well, no, now it's dead. Well, Bobby said Bobby says they got a new Hot Wheels car over the weekend. Oh yeah? Tell us about it. What'd you get? Yeah, the oil overheated. Yeah, that was the problem. Everything that happened there, that was the problem. All right. Let's try one of these jumpy weird ones here. Do we That one looks really long. I don't know. Let's try like this one. Yeah, this one looks like trouble. It'll buff out. Yeah, you don't want to get insurance involved in that and raise your premiums. Oh, there's a target down there. You think we can hit it? Yeah, me either. I had to accelerate there. I wouldn't have made it over that first little. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, well, let's see what happens here. Yeah, not much left there. Okay, we can Ford Falcon Australian supercar. Heck yeah. We can rebuild. We can do this. I got a good feeling on this one. Hey, thanks, Nightbot. All right, here we go. Yeah, for those who wanna catch me this weekend, I will be in Bangor, Maine for Limitless Wrestling. Myself and Rip Bison, no idea if we're teaming or if we're doing singles stuff, but we got 3 shows. Oh no, oh no, oh no. We got 3 shows in the course of just 2 days for Limitless Wrestling in Bangor. Gonna be a busy, busy weekend. Oof. Hey, we're getting closer. I think anytime we don't fall off, I'm just gonna reset the truck and see if we make it to the bottom. Oh, see that now it seems like to get to the bottom of this one, I actually have to accelerate. So far, I've not made it to that target once, not one time. Bobby says he sent me a picture of the car that he got. I'm gonna let the truck keep crashing here. Bobby, that looks sick. Check it out, everybody. Check out Bobby's car. That is that is gorgeous. The little Xbox design on it, I like that. Hell, not much left of the truck here. I think maybe the target must be for that one specific ramp. Oh, you might be right. Yeah, we're gonna have to let's back out to the map and see which ramp leads to that target. I mean, they all kind of point toward the target. It's just which one do we think we have the best shot at getting there? Like it could be this one, could be this one. Some of these definitely seem like they just drop too low. This one could be it. I think we tried this one, but I think we're going to try again. And I think we might need. No, I didn't, but a T2 side scroller sounds great. They're making a video game out of Train Spotting 2? That is a very stupid joke. All right, hang on. We're gonna swap to a newer monster truck here. We're gonna go with the CRC. We're gonna break out one of the Avengers for Mr. Bobby Gilbert because Avenger tends to have a really nice wide wheelbase, really low set, and I think it's gonna work really well for this. Must have a lust for life. Yeah, I know it's Terminator too. All right, let's okay, this is our guy. Let's give him the old once around. That is a gorgeous vehicle. Look at those zoomies. All right. We're going to give this a shot. I'm just going to let it creep up because gravity does all the work here. This engine has no chance at getting it. See, the target's dead ahead. This engine could never get this truck up to. Look at how fast it's going. Holy cow. Yeah, engine locked up. All kinds of stuff going on here. Here we go. Yo, let's go. Hit the brakes, make us flip around. Do we? Come on. Come on. You kidding me? Did you see that? Let's go. Ah, I am. Somebody clip that. That's when this goes up on YouTube. I'm ripping that clip. That's going to be a short. Yo, first try with Avenger. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, yeah. Flood the chat with those emotes. I earned them. Holy cow. All right, let's see if we can do it on another another ramp. I can't believe we got that on the first try. Let's try the one right across the way here. Well, I'm trying to see what those emotes are. Ah, Bobby Gilbert with the clip. Thank you. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do here. We're inching up on it. I want to go over this ledge nice and slow. All right, and I'm off the brakes. So here we go. Now this was a very strategic pick, picking this truck, because that wide and low and long wheelbase makes it really stable. Okay, we're looking good. Oh, I don't think we're gonna make it, guys. That's pretty far from here. Yeah, I think we're in trouble. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh man. We glitched the game out. It's got that one stretchy part of a tire still back there. You know what though? Oh, is it pulling us back? Hey, look at that one tire still rolling over there in the distance. Check that out. Didn't have the speed that time. It really didn't. It really didn't. All right, let's I think I think we gotta pick and choose our ramps, right? Like this one, we nailed it on the first try. So this one there's a chance. The first one we started at. So let's give that one a shot. Bobby Gilbert says I better get credit. You get credit if anyone asks. As Bobby Gilbert clipped that. I'm always quick to give everyone credit. Rise in the chat, she'll tell you when we get her pictures from Grind. I always do my best to credit. Ooh, we are zipping along now. Holy cow! Look at that speedometer in the corner. Here we go. Oh no, we're gonna hit the mountain. Oh no. Oh, oh crap! Boy, Jim Kohler having the ride of his life here. Holy cow! Boy, he is Mr. Excitement. You know, say what you will. That chassis really held together. Walk it off, pal. Okay, we're alive. I've been thinking about it. Yeah, it looked like a Super Dave Osborne stunt. Oh, we should do a live stream of some Super Dave Osborne episodes. I think over the holidays when people have like that long break, that because Christmas on a Thursday this year, I think the Christmas Eve, Christmas, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we might need to do like some longer live streams that I won't put up on YouTube. They'll just be for us. Where we'll stream like some Super Dave Osborne episodes, some old school monster trucks. You know, maybe we'll throw in like some episodes of Kinnikuman or something. All right, let's see which ramp do we think has an actual shot here? Like so far, this is the only one that got us there. This one looks like maybe, right? Like there's a chance this could do it. It might not get us up in the air enough, but it seems pretty close. Seems pretty close. Yeah, I think bottom left corner is going to be the one. Bobby says I love Super Dave. You know, Super Dave Osborne was such a great concept for a TV show, and I loved it when I was a kid. The actor who played him, Bob Einstein, uh, comes from a big showbiz family, and he's been great in everything. He was great in Arrested Development. He was great on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and he has two different episodes of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee where he's the guest with Jerry Seinfeld. But yeah, he's sort of part of that Seinfeld, Mel Brooks like comedy royalty. Yeah, we're not quite gonna make it, but we might bounce there. Let's get some spins going. If I hit the brakes, we get some rolls going. Come on, at least make it to the water, right? We might do it. Oh, but got a bad bounce. Got a tough bounce there. Famous for his appearance on Norm Macdonald's podcast. Yes, yes, he's his podcast appearances were amazing. Look at our tires. Oh, will one of our tires make it to the water? There's one still going up there. You see it? It's slowing. It's slowing, but it's still going. I don't know if it's gonna make it. Yeah, he came from the Big Show's family. That one tire didn't quite make it. I thought it was gonna get in the water. I thought we'd do it. All right, hang on. We gotta try that ramp again. We'll try it one more time as Avenger still, and then we'll swap over. We'll pick a different vehicle and we'll try it. Let me see some in the chat. Throw up some suggestions for what trucks we ought to try this with next. Okay, working pretty good here. Pretty good. Let's get a side view as we come off the end. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to touch a thing. I'm just going to let the bounces happen as they will. Oh, that's a good bounce. That's a good bounce. Are we going to do it? Come on. I'm calling that a victory. We've hit the target twice now. Let's go. And into the drink, into the murky depths. Come on. Yeah, that bounce was the move. That was the move. Bobby, you gonna clip that one too? All right, let's get back up to the map. I want to try that one again. This one's got some potential. It's a little trickier. So we're gonna swap trucks. Wild Thing, the ugly pickup version. Thankfully that's not in the game. I think maybe we do one as like old school Bigfoot. I feel like that clip would be really popular online. Let's try to get me some traffic, right? Guys, I am at I am at 985 subscribers on YouTube when I looked earlier today. I'm 15 away from breaking that 1,000. We got to get some good clips. We got to push the people. Got to get everyone's got to come on in, hop on board. get with the program here with old Pear Bear. All right, let's check the Bigfoot trucks here. And I'm thinking, I mean, we could do like Bigfoot 1. I think Bigfoot 2 is pretty good. I'm looking at these and going, which one's the one that looks like quintessential Bigfoot? Yeah, Gravedigger will be one for the views too. I think we'll probably use Gravedigger 3. It's sort of a classic old school Gravedigger. But we can do a few different ones from a few different jumps here. But let's do I want to go with the stripy Bigfoot? Boy, these are tough calls. I'm thinking maybe Bigfoot 4. Maybe Bigfoot 4. But if it's got to be Bigfoot 4, I think we ought to do it like after they switched it over to the other front end. Like this Bigfoot I think is probably our guy here. Let's give it a shot and see how it does. Little tires Bigfoot would be funny. Yeah, we'll do a Bigfoot on the 48-inch tires. Oh, look, come on. I mean, come on. Does this not scream late 80s, early 90s? Ah, just gorgeous. Ah, my jam. All right. We're going to inch our way over the edge here. We don't want to catch like a bounce at all. There we go. Now we're rolling smooth. Okay, so far so good. Oh, there's potential here. Maybe a little too slow off the end. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that he's going to make it. Whoa. Weird spin in the air. Yeah, not even close. Well, that's a gnarly crash. Let's uh let's spin it around here. Any tires rolling that way? Yeah, I don't know that Bigfoot's going to be the guy. Bobby Gilbert says, if I'm the clip guy, I demand payment. I mean, anybody can clip this stuff if they want. I know if Adam NX67 was here, he'd be clipping this stuff. We gotta let him know over on Blue Sky about the monster truck stream on Thursday or Wednesday rather. He's not gonna want to miss that. All right, let's try. Hmm. Yeah, let's try this one again. This was the first one where we had really big success getting to that target. So maybe that's the one that the old school trucks can make it to. They tend to really slow down toward the end of the ramp. This would be the Bigfoot that we saw who will be in one of the sketch bits that I have planned to share on Wednesday. Bobby Gilbert knows what I'm talking about. Okay, I want to inch over the edge here. Oh, we're maybe going a bit fast. He's got a bit of a bounce going. I don't love that. Okay, we're straightening out here. We're straightening out. Okay. Ah, yeah, the engine's all seized up and it slows down before the end, so it's not quite gonna make it. Gnarly. Oh, I think you know the clip I'm talking about. There's a great sort of sketch moment involving this particular Bigfoot. And if you don't know the moment I'm talking about, you got to tune in on Wednesday because it's a classic. It's really good. All right, let's zip back up there. We're gonna try because he's a little bit more modern. We're gonna try Gravedigger 3 and see if we get a little more lucky there. Now the tricky thing with this Gravedigger mod is it was back when they were carving the tires down, they were shaving the tires, and they would cut like a pretty thick like grip into the tires. And so as a result, these tires are real grippy. So one wrong little like turn and it's going to hook and just try to go. So it might be a little tough to keep going straight, but let's give it a shot. Once it loads up here, we'll give it the once around because it is a gorgeous truck. Gotta gotta hydrate. Big dogs gotta hydrate. All right. Let's get a look at this. Dennis Anderson's Gravedigger 3. Those red coilovers. I mean, an absolutely iconic vehicle. I love that they even got the jumpsuit on Dennis right in there. Rear engine, you can see it there. Love that. Totally accurate. All right, here we go. Again, we're starting off kind of slow. I'm a little bit on the brakes here because these little bumps going down really, they mess with you. Now, I'm suspecting this truck will have a better likelihood of making it to the end than that old older Bigfoot with the leaf springs. All right, we're cruising now. Uh-oh. Wow, we are really zipping here. Holy cow. Oh, I think this is gonna do it. Boom! Almost into the spikes even. Yeah. Dennis is sitting there going, ah, I've felt worse. Look at that one tire. Now there's a glitch. All four of them. What? You guys are seeing that, right? All four tires are on the water just spinning in place. Yeah, I got no idea what to make of that. All right. Thank you, Bobby Gilbert. Bobby Gilbert's watching for those bullseyes. All right. Now let's see here. That thing really got zipping. So I got a good feeling on this ramp. Let's see what other trucks are popular that we should get a clip with. What are some good ones to see? Let's try on the CRD. You know what? Let's try one of these Bigfoot chassis. See if we have better luck. Let's go with Bigfoot 10, sort of a very classic Bigfoot. Bobby says Max D. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Have I tried the bottom right ramp? We'll try that one next. Why not? We came all this way. I mean, we're here. All right, let's get the once around. Gorgeous. I mean, come on. Uh, right? Warms the heart. Look at that thing. We're going to see this era of Bigfoot a little bit on Wednesday when we're watching those clips. All right, here we go. Now, for those who didn't know, the red and yellow here was a choice they made because it was during a time where they were doing a lot of partnerships with McDonald's, which sounds like a joke, but that's really what that was. Okay, and again, I'm staying on the brake as we inch toward the actual downspout here. All right, here we go. Oh, it's looking good. Yeah. Are we gonna bounce all the way back to land? Almost. Uh-oh. All the way to the murky deep. Well, it's creepy underwater here. Oh, who's that? Is that Dan Runty in there probably? He'll be all right. R.I.P., buddy. He was great dude. All right, we wanted to try bottom right next, right? It was just short of the center of the bullseye, but we did hit the target back when McDonald's had good toys. Yeah, yeah. We're talking this one here, maybe? I don't know if. Thank you, Bobby Gilbert. We're loading up the clips today. If we're talking about this one, I'm not sure how accurately pointed at the target it is, but I think we should try it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we got to try it. But do we stick with Bigfoot or we go with another one? I think we maybe we try a different one. I think it's higher up too. I think you're right. You say, "Oh, nope." Well, it's not higher than all of them, but it's higher than some of them. Oh, they still had good toys when I was a kid too. Of course, I was a kid long before you. Let's see. Let's try. Maybe we could do like a more modern. Yeah, let's try something from the CRDs here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I get what you're saying. See here. I'm thinking, I mean, Excalibur is a pretty good one. We could do Overkill, kind of eye-catching. Let's try Overkill. Why not? And I mean, if ever there was a truck that was known for getting ripped apart in crashes, I mean, a legendary crash, right? Hang on, I'm pulling up the famous Kirk Dabney Overkill crash. Yeah. And I know they show it toward the beginning of this. Yeah, here we go. Here we go, folks. We're getting a little preview of watching some old school monster trucks.
Dodge set the world qualifying record for a 250-foot track at 4.86 seconds.
This is the early 90s that this is happening. Look at these trucks hauling.
In at a world record 4.84. But that was not the only action from last night's qualifying round.
Crazy.
Here with that story is Army Armstrong.
All right, here we go.
Gary, these are the brutal remains of a violent wreck involving Kirk Dabney and the Overkill truck. Really, it was a tough roll for this privateer. You know, it's the second wreck in the last 3 years at Allen County Fairgrounds. Now, Kirk does not have one of the well-funded operations, and after months of getting ready to run outdoors and chase these national championship pin-to-point series, Dabney literally destroyed his hope for a championship in less than 5 seconds.
Here we go. Check this crash out. Early 90s.
Really, a lot of people were looking for great things this year, but that was not the case to be.
Great run, but
He's on the throttle. A picture's worth 1,000 words.
Crash like that was unheard of
Look, Gary, and it was
in that time.
Dabney was still trying to drive. You can hear him on the throttle trying to get one of those four corners to
and the fact that he walked away from it, unreal.
First jump looks smooth. He rolls over. The rear wheel's down on the ground. He's planting the horsepower.
He had a pretty good run too.
When he approached the second jump, everything looked good. Now the touchdown, the left.
Even here, everything's good. He just
snaps a right
caught a bad bounce.
You can see he's on the throttle. He's winging the throttle right now as he goes over. But like we say, the picture tells the whole story. But he did walk away.
So good. Yeah, a little too springy, and he came down a little cattywampus. Look at the hair and mustache on this guy. Yeah, let's see. That was 1995 in Lima, Ohio. Absolutely, like, super famous. Overkill Evolution is the sequel to Overkill. Yes, it is. That's correct. which was very cool. I got to have my picture with Overkill Evolution over the summer when I went to see the Vaughters Motorsports crew out in Eastern Mass. As one of those people that looks like their name and their name sounds like they look. uh, I've purposely selected. I did a lot of screening of old monster truck stuff over the weekend to put my playlist together for this Wednesday's stream. I purposely pick stuff where there are driver interviews, announcers, and other personalities involved heavily that are exactly that. They look like their name sounds like they look. They are cartoonish representations of what you think of when you think of monster truck people. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. All right, let's take that exact same truck, Kirk Dabney's Overkill, and let's see if we can cause the same kind of anguish and wreckage here. All right. Yeah, see, this doesn't point straight at the target. I can see it from here. Now let's see where it does put us. Everybody's got to end up somewhere. Okay, we're quickly approaching 170. Our top out speed here, about 180. Uh-oh. Can I get on the brakes? Oh, no. Ugh. Yeah, that's about how it looked in Lima, Ohio. About the same. Bobby says, could you add some early 2000s or late 90s Monster Jam? Um, I'm going to see if I can find something from the late 90s. Monster Jam's pretty picky about their copyright, and I don't want to get in trouble. But the older stuff, a lot of it is deeply out of copyright now because no one cared. Like, not because it's so old, but because just no one cared. All the tires didn't make it too far from me. But once again, like this is, I mean, it is just a gorgeous truck. I mean, look at that. All right, let's take a look at this map again. Let's pick a couple more ramps. I don't think we've tried this horrific bouncy thing, and if we make it to the end, it's possible it shoots us to where we're trying to head. I think this one up the top corner we discovered we hit this little mountain bit here. These two have been big successes. This one might do something, but it kind of looks like it just drops you down too far away and too low. It's hard to say. I guess we'll try this one first. It looks a little easier to navigate. And as for the truck, I think we should swap to another one again. I think we need a fresh vehicle. Let's see about yeah, let's hop back into the CRDs again. There's a lot of good ones there. Any recommendations for monster trucks? Oh wait, you know what? I just remembered Bobby said Max D. That means we need the Mintz Willman frame, which does give us the more modern version of Equalizer as well. Um, and let's see, let's pick a good Max D to use here. I want classic Max D. This 2024 looks pretty good, and I bet it handles really well. Let's see, this one looks a little more like old Max D. Oh, we could run Monster Patrol instead. Bobby Gilbert says '05 is the one to use. Let's see. Where is '05? '05. '05 would have been like his debut, right? It's possible I'm just mixing it. Is it the debut one? Man, that one doesn't look so great. Let's see. '04, 2010, 2023. Some tributes. Boy, it's really hard to not want to run Monster Patrol too. We'll do Monster Patrol after this. I wonder if the wing will help Monster Patrol. What do you guys think? It'll be worth giving it a shot. Let's go with the 2010. I think that's going to be the most like old, accurate, sort of old school one we'll get here. Let's see what time we got. 8:30. Oh, that's not so bad. We got a nice early start on the stream tonight, which I will thank myself for later when my workout ends at a reasonable hour. There we go. Oh, the tires are like muddied. Oh, that's awesome. Looks so good. All right, here we go. We're gonna inch right up here. Get a look over the edge. Whoa, steep. All right, here we go. What do we think? Can we just keep driving after it drops us? Guess not. Right through trees. We got part of the engine is stretching because the game's glitching. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, that was not great, but I mean, we should still drive this. Wow, this thing drives really cool. I bet we can do some, even with these kind of shallow, soft treads, we can do some gnarly climbing with this thing because it's such an agile chassis. It's almost more like a rock bouncer or a rock crawler than a monster truck. Insane control with this thing. Lol. All right, all right, all right. Let's try that other one. We were gonna try this thing, right? And we decided this one was too far away, I think. Real tempted to try it again anyway. We'll try it in a minute. Let's try this thing, this weird bouncy thing. Wow, he might do it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's in trouble. Tom's in trouble here. Oh, geez. You know what, though? Oh, oh, he got hung up. That's not what you want to see. You know, good on him sticking it out to the end here. Okay. All right. Now, I think this one still has a chance. So let's give it a shot. Let's see if Max D can be the one to conquer this. It's all about maintaining that speed off the end. Okay. Quickly getting up there. We're approaching that 180, 182. Okay, maybe, maybe. Not going to be quite far enough. But let's see. Maybe he'll get a lucky bounce. Nope. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, let's see. Where'd the tires end up? One right there, one further off. Oh, they're all rolling away. All right, all right. All right, guys. I think I think we gotta pick a different map here. I think we've done all we can with those ramps. That was pretty cool though. I'm glad I believe it was Hey Mr. Man insisted we try that one out, and I think that was the right call. All right. Let's let's try maybe Motorsports Playground. We could go cruise around one of the like cities or something. We go to the figure eight course is always fun, but only if we're doing time trials. Okay, in the motorsports complex, we've got there's like some motocross type tracks. We got dirt ovals, dirt tracks. We got large ovals. Bobby Gilbert says city, and I'm not opposed to that. I do like a monster truck in the city. I think it's a cool look. The West Coast one in particular is one that I enjoy because it really reminds me of San Francisco. Like even the hills kind of are like very like Santa Cruz Mountains or just north of San Francisco. Let's drop in at the industrial area, and then we'll go pick a truck. See if we can't. Let's try to make something else that's clip worthy here. What do you guys think? Should I? Bobby Gilbert says zombie. Yeah, we could start zombie. We could throw zombie in here. Put it on. I'll put it on TikTok. Put Thriller in the background. People love that. Or Dead Man's Party by Oingo Boingo. Bobby Gilbert says zombie is popular with the kids. Let me tell you something about the youths. They love zombie. I mean, I can see why. It's the same reason Gravedigger was popular when I was a kid. It was the cool sort of alternative truck. It had like a zombie thing going on. It was cool. They still like Gravedigger now, but like I feel like Zombie's like the next sort of iteration there. It's a dead man's party. Ba-ba-ba-da. Who could ask for more? Ba-ba-da. All right. City loads in ahead of me. We're going to pull up Zombie. It's definitely under the CRDs. And there's definitely a version that's up top, but there's better versions way down in the Z's here. And we just got to wait for everything to load in. And I think we should try to go like a very OG, like, a standard classic zombie. I'm thinking like 2022 looks pretty standard for zombies look, right? Yeah, 2019 looks a little dark. Let's try that one. Kids love zombie. I didn't realize the desktop audio was muted for a lot of the streams, so you weren't getting all the engine noises. Here we go. There he is, zombie in the city. I kind of want to park him at the diner and get a screen grab for the thumbnail. What do you guys think? Is the diner a good pose for the for? Should we just drop a maybe at the you know what toward the end of the stream, we'll drop a whole bunch of monster trucks in at the diner. We'll put them all in parking spots and we'll get a picture, right? That makes for a cool thumbnail for YouTube, right? Bobby Gilbert, what did you just say to me? Did John Cena win the Intercontinental title in Boston tonight? Does that mean that Dirty Dom got his John Cena match in John Cena's hometown to give John Cena what presumably will be his final title reign? Because that's awesome. Yo, Dominic Mysterio living like a king, man. That's crazy. That's super cool. Yeah, look at that. Let's look at that view. That's cool looking. Yeah, we'll drop a bunch of trucks in there at the end of the stream. Get our thumbnail. Get our thumbnail on. For now, we gotta cruise around. We gotta see the sights, explore the city. Bobby Gilbert sending me stuff on. Yeah, there it. Wow. Yeah, John Cena Intercontinental Champion. That's crazy. There it is, breaking news here on the Perry stream. All right, let's go up. Let's venture upward and see what the city has to offer here. Oh, I see. Here's the we got the yeah, see this is like okay, so if that's the cart and that was that hill. Like I know this is just a vague representation of the West Coast, but this feels like San Francisco and that trolley cart with that hill feels like we were near the Castro. Yeah, these buildings are very San Francisco. Anytime anyone mentions San Francisco, there's a line in Lilo and Stitch where Stitch has built a model of San Francisco on the floor of Lilo's bedroom, and Lilo just looks up and goes, "Wow, San Francisco." Uh, when my wife and I moved to the West Coast, we would say that all the time. J.S. Strempent. J. Streppent? J. Streppent. Just Streppent. Hi. Welcome. Welcome. We're exploring what appears to be the city of San Francisco. Looks to be maybe Fisherman's Wharf here, with Zombie from Monster Jam. It's a dead man's party. Who could ask for more? Yeah, this is definitely looking like Fisherman's Wharf down here. Like I'm pretty sure this is like I'm pretty sure that's the Exploratorium. Like that's where the museum is. Hi, hello. Rich's Motors. Spin us around here. Dunk right into a light post. Well, there goes the hood. Whoa! Just pulled a little bit of a dead stop wheelie. My name's Mud. My name is Judge. It's a little Arrested Development joke. See, can we go out on one of the piers? Oh, hey, new follower. Welcome aboard, Jay Streppent. That's the first time I got to have one of my alerts go off in the middle of a stream. That's exciting. I just set those up. So yeah, if anyone feels like throwing some cheers and some bits in there, you get to see more of those alerts popping up. Okay, I don't have another way off of this pier. I don't know what I was thinking. Monster trucks aren't known for turning around in tight spots necessarily. All right, let's get back up this hill here. I do love just cruising around a city as a monster truck. There's something really like fun and totally unrealistic about it. Bobby Gilbert says, for now. Wait, what did I say that you were saying for now? Meow. Let's try down this way. Jay Streppin says, I used to stream this game. This game is super fun. And all of the little like monster truck mods that have been made for it are incredible. Like right now I'm playing as a very modern monster truck, but the fine folks are friends over at Beam Motorsports who pop into the chat on occasion. They even made me my own custom monster truck, but they make old school monster trucks from like the 80s. Oh, there's the diner again. We found our way back. Yeah, before we wrap up, we're going to spawn a whole bunch of monster trucks at the diner and see about taking a big group picture. A comment, oh yeah, they're not known for turning around in tight spots for now. Well, what's interesting is like they kind of do turn in a tight spot depending on what truck you pick. Like if you pick a Monster Jam truck, they have trouble with it because their differential's locked. So the tires kind of fight against each other. So even with the two-wheel turning, you're kind of sliding. When you pick a Hot Wheels monster truck, you don't have that problem. And when you pick the old school monster trucks, it's an even tighter turn because they have a shorter wheelbase. So Jay Streppin, you used to stream this game. What did you like to do in it? What was your vehicle of choice? You know, Bobby Gilbert is dying to get a gaming PC so that he can play Steam. He's dying to get on Steam, dying to get BeamNG so he can have all the community mods. We've talked about it a little bit. Plus Monster Jam uses BK. Yeah, the BKT tires don't help because they have, you know, virtually no tread. But even then, at a slow speed like this, the lack of tread wouldn't be an issue. It's that lock differential. You can even see how kind of like clunky it is when it turns. You know, a part of me wants to just sit there and test the turning radiuses of different monster trucks now, but I know that that's not terribly entertaining. It's crazy how much this really does look like San Francisco. I really like this. It feels like when I lived. Now the emulators, a lot of lower, depending on what year the game is that you want to play. If you're looking to play like, you know, pre N64, you know, if you're looking to play Nintendo, SNES, Sega, like Genesis, like that kind of stuff, Famicom, you can do that on almost any computer via emulator. Because they don't use a lot of bandwidth. You know, they're very easy on a processor. Um, so like a lot of what I use my emulators for, you know, forgiving a couple N64 games that I play. All the old like the Sega games, the Nintendo games, like all of those would work on pretty much any modern computer. I mean, even less modern, like, you know, last decade or so, no problem for sure. And in fact, there's a couple websites online where you can just play a lot of those games in the browser. There's in particular, there's an MS-DOS emulator that just runs in the browser. You don't have to download any of the games. You can just play like old MS-DOS games. It's pretty awesome. I strongly recommend the old Wheel of Fortune game. Super fun. My wife and I ate up an entire winter vacation, the winter of COVID. We had 2 full weeks off from work, We were just sitting at home, and we wasted every night hours and hours playing MS-DOS Wheel of Fortune. It was super fun. Mainly use it for PS1, PS2, OG Xbox. Yeah, you'd probably need something a little bit more substantial then, yeah. Like mine could probably do most of those. PS2 might be pushing it a little. Emulators, it's so weird because like I play modern games on this just fine, but that's because they're designed for this. The emulators, because of the way they're cobbled together, can often be way more intensive on a computer than the actual game would have been. Yeah, and here's like, yeah, this is like one of the parks in San Francisco. Wow. God, this map rules. So cool. Oh, we found the fire station, Fog Hill Fire Station. Oh, there's some graffiti here. Oh, what's back here? Oh, just the back of the firehouse. Okay. Well, that's a very complete map, I suppose. Let's just see if I'm good at backing up. Should we just do a whole stream where all I do is parallel park monster trucks? Because I would do that. With the rear steering, it's, I mean, not even hard to do. Let's maybe we'll get up into the mountains. Maybe we'll cruise down by the water here a little. Yeah, it's crazy that this is absolutely Fisherman's Wharf. Oh, shredded a tire by hitting a curb. All it took. Look at that. Yeah, that's a BKT tire, all right. I bumped a curb and now look at me. Now look at me. A shell of my former self. All right, let's swap trucks. I think we should break out an old school truck here. Let's see. It's hard to pick. I like barefoot is pretty good. We could run barefoot with the slicks, cruise around on him a little bit. Let's see, barefoot racer 89. Let's do it with the flags, I guess. Well, Bobby says boogie van. We could do boogie van. Let's hop into the Vaughters chassis. Let's break out boogie van. Why not? This will be a fun video on YouTube. There's a lot of downtime in this video, but it's a lot of just goofing around and messing around, goofing off, and I feel like people like that on YouTube. They enjoy a little bit of like nonsense, you know. If anyone watching out there is not already subscribed, go subscribe to the YouTube. Does my YouTube command not work anymore? I guess not. Well, I tried. You can also, let's see, let's try the vlog. Maybe the vlog command will work. There you go. That'll send you to my YouTube. Go subscribe. Helps me out a ton. Closing in on 1,000 subscribers. Let's get a look around Boogie Van here. Beautiful truck. Driven by Pam Vaughters, one of the female pioneers of monster trucks. Interestingly, not the first Ford Aerostar monster truck. That distinction, of course, is held by the Bigfoot shuttle from the early 80s. I think we're headed toward the financial district here. Oh, look, I got a traffic violation. I was doing 44 and a 35. Oh, but that's a new record. I've never noticed those alerts in the corner before. That's very funny. Let's see. Yeah, even this truck gets a slightly better turning radius than that other one. I wonder if can we get a donut going? I remember this truck having trouble with that before. Oh, we're gonna just barely get it going. Nice. All right, I'm not gonna cruise up. I'm gonna stay down on the surface level streets here. Oh yeah, we're gonna cruise by the hillside here over the water. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. God, they put some real love into this level, like some real attention to detail. We got the industrial section of town here. Beautiful. It's got a little repair shop up here. Am I short enough to get under these signs? Yeah, I guess I'm okay. Hey, let's go across. Let's go up the bridge a little bit. Oh, that's a sight. Look at that. Super cool. Yeah, I wonder if this is one of those trucks where you can basically just pull a power wheelie. There we go. Yep, sure can. Holy cow. Thing's got some it's got some real get up and go under the hood. Speaking of get up and go, I'm going to be getting up bright and early on Saturday, something like 4 in the morning, so I can go with Rip Bison to Bangor, Maine for Limitless Wrestling. We have 2 shows on Saturday in Bangor. Staying over up there. We got 1 show on Sunday before we come on back again. Gonna be a busy weekend up in the Great White North, mini Canada, if you will, Canada Junior, as we call Maine. Well, sometimes that happens, I guess. Canada, or the Stephen King state as it likes to be called. Canada, aka Maine. Oh, what do we got here? What's this? What's this? Oh, that's stopping us from getting into the industrial. Oh, can we get in there? Is there a way to sneak into like the storage stuff? Let's see. Oh, there so is. I found the way in. I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to do this, guys. I feel like we're not supposed to be here. Ooh, here's a fun bit of trivia. You see these cranes up here? Well, they got those cranes all over the Bay Area, the edge of San Francisco and Oakland. Oh, here's a good spot for donuts. These cranes here, they got them. They got them all over the bay, the San Francisco Bay that is shared with Oakland, and that, of course, is where LucasArts is. And not many people know this, but the cranes there are actually what George Lucas based the AT-AT walkers on in Star Wars. I'm going to bring a picture in here and show you. There we go. There you go. That's one of the cranes from the Oakland area and the AT-AT walkers. And that's because George Lucas, of course, was a Bay Area guy from just north of San Francisco, up by the redwood forests. And in fact, Muir Woods is where they filmed all the Endor scenes with the Ewoks and stuff. So yeah, there you go. So we got those. We got those going on here. Come on, fire that engine up. There we go. All right, let's see if we can find our way back. Right by the water's edge here, we could fall in pretty easy. George Lucas wanted to be a race car driver when he was a kid. Yes, and that is what drove him to make the film American Graffiti, which was the first movie he ever made starring Harrison Ford. Really, without that movie, we have no Star Wars, we have no Indiana Jones. A lot of great filmmakers had some real obsession with cars. John Lasseter of Pixar, of course, obsessed with cars, and which led him to. I mean, the movie Cars was sort of his like passion project. That's like what he always wanted. Ooh, lighthouse and dockyards. Yeah, let's take that exit. Paul Newman, absolutely. Yeah. Paul Newman gifted a Volvo station wagon, a very like mom car, a very like grocery getter vehicle to David Letterman that had a big block 550cc race car engine, fuel injected race car engine in it. There's an episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee where Jerry and Dave take that thing for a drive. Oh man, what have we found? Check it out. A dinosaur themed gas station with a dinosaur out front. Are you kidding me? Let's go. This, of course, even the logo with the dinosaur and everything, which is awesome. This is definitely a parody of let's see, I'm gonna pull this up too. Of the Sinclair gas stations in New Jersey that are, absolutely super famous. Here we go. Here's one. Yeah, it's same idea here. Dino Mart Sinclair Gas, where they have the dinosaur statues and the dinosaur in the logo, just like what we're looking at there. Ha, awesome. I've not seen this before, so that's a fun find. Paul Newman owned a racing team and even raced. Yes. Man, what a life that guy led. Started his own line of salad dressings. Let's see, I don't remember which way we came. Right, I'm trying to get on the bridge. I think we're close. I wonder if we can off-road our way to the bridge. I think maybe we can, but I think we won't be going on the road. We'll be taking the like train track part. All right, let's see. Do we fit here? Kind of almost. Not really. This is absurd. Oh, we're in trouble. We need a more narrow monster truck. Boogie van might be too big here. You know what? We're gonna drop in. We're gonna drop in one of the old school monster trucks. It'll be more narrow. They're a little bit smaller than modern monster trucks. Not many people realize that modern monster trucks are considerably larger in some ways than the old ones. Oh, you know what? Here we go. Let's get one of the ones on the tractor tires. I know there's a few like that. I think anyway. Might just be that one. Or where's Bigfoot on the 48s? We'll drive him across on the little tires. There we go. Bigfoot one on the 48th. Ricky Muniz is another actor who loves racing so much he's a full-time NASCAR driver. Yes, Malcolm in the middle. Often driving in the middle of the pack. Here we go. Taking Bigfoot one across the top of the bridge here. Let's look at that. What a sight. Man, you know, this game rules. Oh yeah, let's get right in the middle. Let's see. Let's see what the view is like here. Should we spawn a bigger truck right there to grab a picture for the thumbnail just in case? I kind of think we should, right? Let's do it. Let's spawn. Let's stay there and let's maybe Bigfoot is what's the sort of brightly colored old school monster truck catch people's eyes? Carolina Crusher maybe? Carolina Crusher could be good for a thumbnail. Bobby says Bigfoot 5. Oh, I don't have Bigfoot 5. He's not in the game, unfortunately. I was like, oh, maybe he's here. And then I realized what I was even talking about. Goliath is good. I want something kind of eye-catching if we're taking a screen grab here. Yeah, Carolina Crusher might be it. Wild Hair is tempting. Maybe too deep a cut for a YouTube thumbnail, though. Could do Predator. Maybe Barefoot or Carolina Crusher, I think, is the one. Let's see. How's it land? Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's that's the view right there, right? Like that's the one? What do we think? Something like about that? I think that's hell yeah. That looks good. We're gonna snag a nice big picture here. Give ourselves all kinds of room to edit for a thumbnail. Yo, that rules. That's so dumb. I love it. All right, I gotta pull up my thumbnail thing so I got somewhere to drop the picture real quick. Then we'll hop back in and do a little more exploring. I think we definitely got to get grab a picture of a bunch of the trucks in front of that diner. That's just something about that really clicks for me. All right, let's drop that there. And then let's see. Maybe I tweet this picture out too. What do you think? Just no context. Just tweeting that picture out, no context. What context do you need? Look at it. This rules. All right, let's see. Hey, he just barely kind of fits there too. We can probably get all the way off the bridge with him as long as we take it easy. We're up on the thing. It it has been tweeted. When we're done here, we're gonna have to raid somebody. Yeah, who need context is overrated. You know, if you're a good person and you're funny and you're creative, context is irrelevant. I think we're just about to the end of the bridge here. Whoa, rough ride at the end, but we got there. Oh, now it's like we're the people mover. Elevated concrete train tracks here. We are back on the mainland though. Let's go see if we can find that diner. I kind of like the idea we're all working together to make some weird pictures. Is that a stream we should do sometime? Just put monster trucks in weird places doing weird things and just make a bunch of cool screen grabs to share on socials. Wait till 10:01. What's a 10:01? Oh, I see what this is. This is the BART. We're on the BART tracks. I recognize those stations. All right, we got to get off though. Here we go. Yeah, success. Well, the truck's seen better days. Ah, dang it. Now we're over the thing. All right, let's see if we can get down to the road there. Ah, I don't want to go in the water. No, 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 I don't want it. No, no. Okay, let's see if we can rescue ourselves here. No, no, not in the water, not in the water. No, 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 no. All right, we're gonna have to quick jump. Oh, it's 1 minute into Bobby's stream. Um, let's see here. Let's go to the map because I finally learned how to quick jump. And let's hop back over to the city. Let's go like Chinatown. Yeah, let's go to Chinatown. Why not? Chinatown in San Francisco is one of my favorite spots, man. There was a tea shop there, Vital Tea Leaf, that was just amazing. The old guy who ran it was in his late 80s, but looked like he was 60. Um, his name was Uncle G, Gee, because he said he was everybody's Chinese uncle, and he would shout at people as they walked by the store. He did free tea tastings all day. Never expected anyone to buy anything. You come in and he would just tell you stories, and he would brew up tea on the spot right in front of you and tell you all about the different teas. Look at the tight turning radius on these old trucks. When you don't lock the differential, you get a crazy tight turning radius. Look at that. On a dime. A regular car can't turn that tight. Come on. But yeah, it was amazing. You'd go and you'd have this delicious tea, and he would just tell you stories, and he would hang out, and he was super happy. But he was super aggro with people. He would just shout out the window, "Hey, come in here and drink my tea." He was a nut, and he was hilarious. And his sons and his nephews would run the shop with him, and they would always looked so embarrassed by him, which was just crazy because everybody loved the guy. He's absolute mainstay of San Francisco, and I think about him a lot. I don't know if he's still alive. He may have passed. He was pretty old, and this was, maybe, gosh, 15 years ago. So I guess he's probably passed now. He'd have to be like 100 now. Sounds like an old man who just wanted to hang out with people. He wanted to hang out with people. He wanted to share tea, which was such a big part of his like culture and his upbringing in China. And it was all awesome. Like I still have some tea that we bought from there because it doesn't really go bad. Oh, little side roads. What did we find here? What have we stumbled upon? Let's go explore down this way. Gary Porter taking us on a tour of San Francisco. Oh, we got some stairs. Do we fit? I think we just don't fit. I think we're just a little, yeah, just a little too wide. Story of my life, you guys. All right, but that's okay. We're gonna back on out here. We're gonna not hit that. And now we're just exploring. We're trying to find that diner. We're gonna take a bunch of weird pictures to put on the internet and hope that no one understands what we're talking about. I see we found one of the parks here. Let's see if we can figure out where that diner went. Boy, this Carolina Crusher truck handles like a dream. I'm telling you. As long as you're not too abrupt with it. But like, why would I drive like that? I'm trying to enjoy a nice cruise through the city. A place where Gary Porter isn't even from. No, but I assume he visited once or twice, right? Like, traveling all around the world with his truck. He had to have done some shows in California. Let's see. I know that we're sort of vaguely in the direction of that diner. I want to say it's up and to our right somewhere. When I start having situational awareness and understanding where things are in this game, that maybe means I've played it too much. This does feel kind of right, I think. Okay, we can't go over that way. It could be over this way. There's that graffiti we found before. I think it's the same graffiti. Yeah, I have a memory of all of this. I wouldn't trust him as a tour guide. Well, I mean, not everyone would necessarily trust me as a tour guide for that because you don't know where someone spent that much time, you know? A lot of people only know me as being a wrestler in the Northeast. They don't know that I lived in the San Francisco Bay Area for almost a decade. I miss it. I miss it. I got to get back sometime soon. We were back out there last January. Was it last January or I think it was the January before. Yeah, we were back out there about 2 years ago. Okay, we can't go over this way. Um, and it was kind of a little bit of a bummer. A lot of our favorite businesses, yeah, yeah. I lived in the Oakland, San Francisco area from mid 2009 to mid 2017. I talk about it a lot. Um, I'm assuming you saying "wait, you did" is being sarcastic because you've been on. Little stoppy. And we're over. Because you've been on stream, you've heard me talk about it. I got chased out of California by Levi Shapiro, that dastardly fiend. Hey, is that Bull Nakano in that window? Is that a young Bull Nakano? Kind of looks like it. All right. Onward with our exploration. And we're over. All right, we're back. If there's anything I know, it's being over. Over like Rover. The people love old Pear Bear. All right, let's go take... Yeah, I know we're getting close to where that was. It was. Pretty sure it was Bull Nakano. And you know what? I'd put Bull Nakano on a flyer if I was trying to get people's attention. Is this the diner or is this something else? What is this? Oh, it's like an auto place. Oh, here's the Talo Bite, another fossil themed gas station. Okay, okay. I know we're getting closer to the we're getting close to that diner now. I believe we want to come up this hill here. Yeah, there's that park. Is it this way? It might be. First match of episode 11 of PWB will be you versus Dr. Redacted for the ECW TV Championship. Hey, I'm going to be honest. I don't stand a chance against Dr. Redacted for any belt in ECW, right? Like, I feel like he's the man in that realm. Speaking of, my vlog episode with Dr. Redacted came out 2 weeks ago. People were loving it over on YouTube. This past week had the episode where I went up to Canada with Iron Rip Bison and Delmy Exo. For anybody that needs to see it, you can check out my vlog. There you go, dropping it in the chat. All right, let's see. Maybe it was over this way. Like, okay, I'm about to give up and just look up. Yeah, let's go to the map and see if we can find the diner. That could be it. That could be it. It's one of those for sure. We're about here. Is it over this way? Is it up that way? I think that's it right there. That's a gas station. Oh, here it is. Oh, I'm really close. I can just drive there. I don't need none of this. I don't even need to follow those directions that I just set up for myself. I believe it's going to be like right here, right? Yeah, there it is. There's the diner. God, I love a good diner. All right, let's scoot on into the parking here. Should we just fill the drive-through with monster trucks? That could be a pretty funny visual. What is on the hood of this truck? Bobby Gilbert says yes. All right, let's see. Do we even fit in the drive-through? I guess we're going to have to put just old school trucks in the drive-through because the new trucks have that wide wheelbase. They won't fit. Oh yeah, pull right up to the order here. Got to get rid of that GPS arrow. All right, let's I guess we'll go all the way to about here. All right, now we got to start spawning in other trucks. Here we go. And then we got to figure out what the what's the view? What's the angle to use here? And we want a little variety in the trucks. We'll do a lot of the old school ones here. Uh Redneck Rebellion that looks just like Nightlife. We may have to drop in. Some of these are, I think Nightlife's actually in here if I recall correctly. Well, we might have to drop Crimson Crusher in there. Boy, there's some great old school trucks. Monster trucks out of context. I think it's a great idea. Okay. I didn't mean to replace him. That's my standard, like I always end up clicking that. So now we'll go in, we'll put Carolina Crusher back in. But we're gonna spawn new and hope that it doesn't drop us somewhere weird. Oh no, it did. It totally did. Oh no. Okay. All right. Let's find our way back around off the roof here, I guess. Here we go. Okay, I got to turn these direction things off. Let's lose that. There we go. Let's get back up to the diner here. Yeah, look at Samson in the drive-through. Now there's a sight. Oh, this is gonna look so stupid with all the monster trucks filling up the drive-through. I'm this is a great idea. This is a great use of my time. I could be trying to like solve problems that people have, and instead I'm parking monster trucks in a drive-through in a mod game. But you know what? It puts a smile on my face. That's all that really matters, right? I'd do this with stock cars. Yeah, and you could. There's huge selections of stock cars and stuff that are available as mod downloads for this. All right, let's inch on up here. We don't want to be too close. Yeah, I think that looks good. Next. Got to drop another one in here. Pretty soon the game's going to start like chugging a little bit, and honestly, I think that's kind of funny. Like I like the idea that the game's going to struggle a little to do something this stupid. Let's see. We could drop in one of the barefoots or a Bigfoot. I think Goliath. I think the Goliath is broken currently from their build because the dual engines, something about it was kind of messed up. We can drop him in anyway. He is kind of an iconic looking truck. Um, we can put First Blood in there. He's a famous truck. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, there's, you know what? We need USA 1 in here. And I think we probably go with the OG. Bobby Gilbert says the PVV truck. We'll put the PVV truck in at the end where he's like really prominent. Yeah, let's put USA 1 right there. That's a great spot. This is going to look goofy from the street below. We might need the street below view. And if that's the case, we got to get a truck in like up here so we fill this side. Yeah, boy, there's some goofy pictures we can take here because I want to use the diner sign. Gravedigger 3 is a good one. We should definitely. Yeah, let's go with Gravedigger 3 for now. I think that's a good pick. Spawn new, it's going to drop me somewhere weird, right? Maybe down on the street? Oh no, it's on the roof of the diner, which actually, hang on a sec. Did the game just give us a gift? Come on. I wonder if we can get up on that little dial there. Of course we can. Okay, let's get a little bit of control here. Yeah. There we go. Come on. Come on. Yo, we're gonna fill this whole thing up. This is gonna be so goofy and awesome. Look at that. That rules. Yeah, the game just gave us a gift with that little mistake. If we can even call it a mistake. I think that rules. All right. Let's take a team Bigfoot truck here. I think Snakebite deserves to be in the picture, don't you? See where it drops Snakebite. Okay, we don't need more on the roof. Ah, 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 ah. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's see. Can we back out of here? Not really. Where did it put us? Okay, we're gonna have to like quick travel this thing somewhere because that is not a good spot for it. Map. This. We are here. So I'm gonna pick that and I'm gonna say quick travel and then we'll just drive around to the diner. Look at that. Look how cool that looks. Gravedigger on the roof. Come on. That's awesome. So dumb. Oh, and already we've messed up Snakebite. It takes nothing to break these Penda era Bigfoot trucks. They kind of crumble. I have no idea if he's going to be narrow enough to get in the drive-through lane. Come on. Come on. Inch along thing. Okay, it looks like we're just barely gonna squeeze through here. We may have to, yeah, hit one of those. There we go. Now we can kind of try to fall into place here, I guess. We don't want to be out on the street. Come on, work with me. Okay, that I can work with. There we go. Come on. Get in there. Okay, let's get a view of that. Bobby, what do we think? How's the lineup of trucks looking? I think we're looking pretty good. We definitely gotta put a few more in there. We need enough to come around the corner on it. This is so goofy. What are we at? We're at almost 2 hours. So I'm gonna need to make quick work of these here. So I think the old school trucks tend to fit into that a little bit better. So we're gonna stick with a bunch of those for now. Let's see. How about, you know what? Carolina Crusher was supposed to be in there, and then I kept crashing him and losing him. Hey, nice. That time they just behaved. They put it somewhere that made sense. Seriously, Gravedigger on the roof is really something. All right, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Yeah, if we can get like, let's see, what's our view gonna be? Boy, it's hard because I want that diner sign in there, but these poles are in the way. Something like that's gonna end up being our view, I think. And we just gotta get just the right angle on it. I mean, like this view is also pretty good. Once we get over to like here. Yeah. All right. We'll drop in, let's call it like 4 or 5 more. I know that's ambitious, but what can I say? I'm a perfectionist. All right, and we're sticking with the old school guys here. Let's get way deep down the list, find some sort of icons of the industry. I mean, King Kong. King Kong's got to be in there. And like we could do like the OG King Kong, but I think this one, that like kind of crappy speedway TNT Motorsports era King Kong is honestly kind of cooler. And to put it right next to Carolina Crusher, who he raced in his most famous crash. Man, that King Kong crash was something. Oh yeah, look at that thing. What a awesome, perfect hunk of junk. I love how cruddy he looks. Okay, let's inch on up here. We're just gonna just have him just kind of starting to take the turn a little. Okay, and let's go for our next one. Again, the old school trucks are easier to squeeze into that little area there. Barefoot's not represented yet. Let's throw barefoot in there. I'm thinking like the bald tire barefoot racer, maybe. Probably with the flags, I think is the right look. Let's see where it drops it. Oh, not bad. This really is starting to turn into almost a parallel parking video. D'Lo Brown was underrated. D'Lo Brown, man, a legend. Super good. All right, let's oh yeah, it's all coming together here. I think that's probably good for filling that front line. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like here. Yeah, that looks like a pretty full drive through, and I like that. We need a couple more trucks in like regular parking spots, like maybe two on the far end and one up close, like right in front. So these ones can be any monster truck. We can go more modern. We'll drop the PVV truck in there somewhere for sure. Let's do that first. Let's drop Vicious on in there. We'll just we'll back him in here. He doesn't quite fit in a spot, but that's gonna have to do. Good. I think that's good. We got that one in there. And let's see. Did we got snake bite, but we don't have like a Bigfoot in there. I think if I'm gonna have a Bigfoot in there, I want an absolute classic like this one, and I want it to be right next to Vicious. Maybe not that close, but parked next to Vicious is the idea. Boy, their engines are finicky. They shut off for nothing. Perfect. All right, and one more. We're gonna drop one more in. And what do we think? What's a like a must-have truck here? I think I want like maybe something on the CRD chassis probably. Something bright and colorful. Maybe like of course Bobby's gonna say Avenger. Of course you're gonna say Avenger. And you know what? We're gonna drop Avenger in after too. We are gonna put an Avenger in there because it does seem wrong to not have it. But let's see, it's like a modern monster truck that's not Gravedigger, that's like a big hit. What's one that everybody loves? It's like a current truck, maybe. Let's see, yeah, we can do the Sting truck. It's Sting. Let's see, UFO is a good one. Oh, you know what? We're putting Wildfire in because that's an important truck to me. That's for those who've never seen it, that is the first monster truck I ever took my picture next to. I've shared the picture online before. Okay, and let's go ahead and pull up to like here-ish maybe. Ought to keep it in frame. Let's see how we look in there. He needs more light on him. The sun's coming from the wrong angle here for like all of this, but that's okay. And you know what? We're going to drop Avenger in too. Avenger needs to be in there. You're right. Avenger is bright and colorful and popular and very recognizable. And we're going to go just a very classic looking, everyone will recognize Avenger. Whoa, okay, they didn't give me a lot of room there. It's going to be hard to move him. Holy crap, it's going to be hard to move him. All right, but we got to do it. So let's just slowly and carefully, without bumping into these other trucks too much. Yeah, the game's starting to chug now. It's getting a little skippy because we got too many cooks in the kitchen, I think. Yeah, these are also some real grippy tires that are on this Avenger too. Let's park Avenger like he's just on his way into the drive-through there. All right, and I think that's gonna be what we do for our view here. We gotta zoom out, maybe up, down. I like that diner sign. Okay, let's see. We can zoom out a bit more probably to get more trucks in. I know there's a button for like camera mode that makes some of this disappear, but we're going to do a few different angles here. Let's try like, yeah, they're all kind of all over the place. And I know there's a way to get rid of all these menus. Let's see. I'm going to look it up before we call it a stream here. Let's try. Let's see. Hey, we did it. We got it. That's going to give us some good. That makes this all a little bit more. Let's go like maybe about there, up a little bit so we can see more of the trucks. That kind of hides wildfire though. You know, it's okay if barefoot's not totally visible. All right, we're gonna go with, I think that's our view for the moment. Let's snag that one. Good to have. Good to have. And then let's see if we, I think I gotta switch which truck I'm focused on. I don't know that I remember how to do that. Okay, let's just try. Aha, that does it. Okay, that's focus on Gravedigger. Let's try to get, if I can focus on King Kong, which I think that's that. Yeah, there it is. Cool. That's going to give us a good, I think a pretty good angle here. Let's get up a little bit more and over just a scooch. No. Maybe back a little bit. Yeah, that's a pretty good shot. That's pretty good. I'm liking that. All right. Yeah, that's going to be our monster trucks out of context for Twitter. Yeah, that looks really cool. All right, let's go tweet it and then we're going to call it a stream here. I'm going to throw it on Blue Sky too. Why not? No context, no nothing. Just a weird picture of monster trucks. All right. Now I'm going to check on who is currently streaming here. Let's see, we got two of my favorites doing the sumo tournament. We got Aspen the Mermaid is up. Akira is streaming. TNA, the Grizz Crew is streaming. We could go raid the Grizz Crew. They certainly raid us often enough. And Frank Howley is playing Tekken 4. Let me see. Let me see how Tekken 4 is going for him. All right, let's check the Grizz crew. I'm going to see how they're doing. Bobby Gilbert says Akira. I'll see what Akira's playing. Let's see. Maybe. Hmm. I think. I think we're gonna raid Frank Halley with Tekken 4. It looks like he's having a good stream. It looks like a really good one here. Take me just a sec here. But thanks everyone for coming and hanging out. This has been a great time. And we're going to go raid Frank Howley, and I will see you all over there. Thank you all so much for hanging out. And we will be back tomorrow playing something else. And Wednesday, Monster Truck Watch Along. We're going to be watching old school monster trucks. You're going to have a blast. All right, I will see you all then. Take it easy.